Can we please have clues in the comments? Live On Miss Beautiful Hair 2018 is contestant number 25 Shrinkala Khatiwada. The second title award, Hyundai Miss Friendship 2018. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite on stage Miss Smriti Pokhrel Shrestha, representative Intercontinental Limited. I'll do that again, representative Lakshmi Intercontinental Limited. Hyundai Miss Friendship 2018 is contestant number 18 Saira Lama. The third title award, Creative D Studio Miss Photogenic 2018. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite on stage Miss Kamala Suwal, Director, Creative D Studio. Creative D Studio, Miss Photogenic 2018. Creative D Studio, Miss Photogenic 2018 is contestant number 1 Mahima Singh. the fourth title award, Sulux Miss Punctual 2018. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite on stage the director of Sulux & Co., Mr. Arjit Lal Shrestha. Sulux Miss Punctual 2018 is contestant number 15, Lakshmi Paudel. The next title award, the Kathmandu Post Miss Intellectual 2018. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite on stage the editor of the Kathmandu Post, Mr. Akhilesh Upadhyaya. The Kathmandu Post Miss Intellectual 2018 is contestant number 19, Ashma Dungana. This next title award, Gold Star Miss Best Athlete 2018. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite on stage Miss Bidushi Rana, Director, Universal Group. Gold Star Miss Best Athlete 2018 is contestant number 20, Megha Shrestha. Thank you, dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience and our dear viewers watching us live through Nepal Television, Nepal Television Plus and the Hidden Treasures official Facebook page. Right before the main event, the top 25 contestants faced a one-on-one session with the judges, where they were evaluated on the basis of their beauty, personality, talent, intelligence, persona, poise and their overall strength. Based on the marks they received and their performance so far today, we have the top 14 contestants of 2018 Miss Nepal. But there is more to that. This year at Miss Nepal, we have the provision for a wild card entry. The wild card entrant will be the contestant. I beg your pardon. Everybody go back to your respective position. Everybody back. Everybody back. Well, I suppose that's the pressure getting into Jyotsna Chetri. I'm sure she'll be fine and she'll be back here if her name makes it to the top 14. I was telling you about the wild card entrant, and the wild card entrant will be the contestant who has received the highest number of votes via SMS prior to the event. So if the wildcard entrant has already secured a spot at the top 14, then well and good. Otherwise, the wildcard entrant will be the 15th semi-finalist, making the tally top 15. Ladies and gentlemen, before I announce the winners, let's have a look at the clippings from the pre-judging event. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me the top 14 or top 15 semi-finalists of the 2018 Miss Nepal event. The first semi-finalist is contestant number 6, Sharvani Pandey. The second semi-finalist is contestant number 10, Manita Devkota. The third semi-finalist is contestant number 15, Lakshmi Paudel. The next semi-finalist is contestant number 16, Asta Sakha. I'm almost shaking announcing the names. I can only wonder what's happening in the minds and the hearts of the participants whose name have not been announced as of yet. Hopefully you're here. The next semi-finalist is contestant number 18, Saira Lama. The next semi-finalist is contestant number 21, Shrishti Karki. Everyone, the contestants of course, but more than that, their families must have their heart in their mouth. The next semi-finalist then, contestant number 19, Ashma Dhungana. We have the top 7 spot of the top 14 or top 15 semi-finalists. And the 8th semi-finalist is contestant number 14, Suveksha Shrestha. Our next semi-finalist, ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 25, Shrinkala Khatiwada. Our next semi-finalist, ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 8, Priya Sigdel. I'm sure the judges had a very tough time selecting the top 14. Ladies and gentlemen, the next semi-finalist, contestant number 1, Mahima Singh. Our next semi-finalist is contestant number 20, Megha Shrestha. Two spots left in the top 14, and provided that the wildcard entrant hasn't already made her spot, we have 15 semi-finalists. The next semi-finalist, ladies and gentlemen, then, contestant number 2, Ronali Amatya. I don't know if she's made it back on her feet, but our next semi-finalist, ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 12, Jyotsna Chetri. That's the spirit of a woman, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause. The strength of a woman. Are you right, Jyotsna? I'm sure the audience will be pleased to know. Ladies and gentlemen, the wild card entrant is contestant number 5, Sandhya Adhikari. Then we have our top 15. Thank you, ladies. All is not lost. Congratulations to all the contestants. Now here's how the question and answer round will work. We have 15 different questions folded in individual cards and kept inside a bowl. The participants, in the order that their name was called out, will come forth and pick a question from the bowl. I will then read the question out, which the participant will have to answer, and they will be marked by the judges on the basis of their answer. Are we ready, please? I'm still waiting for the bowl. So this year, 2018 Miss Nepal has made some alterations. In the previous years, the judges used to ask the questions, but upon consultation with the judges, the questions have been fixed, and the girls will pick a question from the bowl itself, which I will read it out to them, and they will have to answer. Are we ready with the bowl then? I can see relief in the faces of all the top 25, top 15 contestants, but I'm sure there's a little bit of nervousness as well. Looking forward to the question answer round then? Everything you've prepared for boils down to this moment, doesn't it? So the first to pick a question from the bowl and answer it will be Miss Sharvani Pandey, contestant number 6. Hi Sharvani, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
A little nervous?
Slightly, yes.
Ko ko aunu bhako cha parivarबाट?
My entire family is sitting on this side of the audience.
Please stand center stage, thank you. Sharvani, center stage, please, thank you.
So your entire family being here, is that for support or does that make you a little bit more nervous, you think?
It's definitely for support. They're my biggest strength.
Sharvani, time has come. Why don't you pick a question from the bowl then? Are you ready for your question then?
Yes, definitely.
Naturally, Nepal, once is not enough. How would you promote Nepal as the most exotic tourist destination in international arena?
Thank you for the question. Good evening to one and all present here. Nepal is a beautiful country, and that is a fact. We have diverse climate. We have a wide variety of flora, fauna, mountains and rivers. I personally believe that in order to promote tourism in Nepal, we must promote domestic tourism. We all spend so much money in traveling abroad. We either go for vacations or we go for other kinds of work. I feel that if we use that money in going to places in Nepal itself, that will ultimately boost the economy of the country. There are so many places in Nepal which haven't yet been explored, and there are so many natural resources and various other areas which adds to the beauty of Nepal. And I feel that the prestige of a country is definitely the prestige of a country is based on the beauty and the natural resources, and that is how I would promote Nepal. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharvani. Thank you very much. I guess we've got no use for this question then. I'll just dump it here on the stage itself. Our next semi-finalist, contestant number 10, Monita Devkuta. Hi, Monita. How are you? But you straight away want to go for the question, don't you?
Yes,
Are
I
your
do.
friends back there in America staying up? I mean, it's morning, I suppose. Are they quitting their work for today and watching you home?
I know my family is.
Oh, your family is. Are you looking forward to the question then?
Yes.
Every year, thousands of our youths are going abroad for jobs. Some don't return. Can you draw a roadmap for youths in creating job opportunities in our country? I'll repeat the question for you. Every year, thousands of our youths are going abroad for jobs. Some don't return. Can you draw a roadmap for youths in creating job opportunities in our country itself?
Yes. So apparently over 30% of youths are traveling abroad or migrating abroad for studies and further opportunities. The sad part is some youths don't return after they've completed their studies. What we can do as a nation and our government can do as a nation is provide employment opportunities for this. They can provide a higher education, secondary higher education facilities, better universities here at Nepal. The government can invest in employment opportunities, and higher employment opportunities here at Nepal. And we can also have international corporations create hubs here in Kathmandu or Pokhara, our top major cities. So this is how I think that the government can keep our youths here in our country, Nepal, by providing higher paying wage job opportunities here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Monita. Contestants, hang on. 2 gone, 13 to go. I know you have to stand for a little bit there. Our next contestant then, Miss Lakshmi Podel, contestant number 15. There you go, Lakshmi. You're one of the quieter ones in the entire training process. Are you looking forward to your question and answering that then? So your question is, Lakshmi, human trafficking has been a serious issue here and around the world. Can you suggest some effective ways to tackle this problem?
Good evening, everyone. Human trafficking is one of the biggest issues that we are facing. So, every year there is 2.4 million people are human trafficked, and 80% of them is women and girls. And if we want to stop this human trafficking, then we should provide awareness program to all of the people around and educating them. And what I want to tell those people who are involved in this question is, have you lost any humanity? And your mother has taught a lot of things to you, so please follow that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lakshmi. Our next contestant then, Miss Asta Saka, contestant number 16. Hi Asta, you look very pretty. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm great and a little bit nervous too.
हिजोसम्म रिहर्सल्समा तपाईको हातमा ब्याकस्टेजमा कापी र पेन हुन्थ्यो. Do you wish you could have brought that here to answer the question?
No, it's completely fine. I'll do it on my own.
All right, then why don't you pick a question? Your question then. Empowering women is a hot issue. What does empowering women mean to you?
Empowering woman, I believe, is someone who is strong and dignified. And she's such a powerful inspiration to a child that she tends to make her learn how to love, respect, and honor everyone. And also, empowering in a process should be a socio-economic one, because if she is socio-economically independent, she can be independently together, as well as she can contribute to the society and family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Asta. Our next contestant, contestant number 18, Saira Lama, the winner of the Hyundai Miss Friendship Award 2018. And she did it with 15 votes. Out of the 25 contestants, 15 of them voted for her as the best friend, I suppose. How does that feel?
Amazing.
Amazing. Are you looking forward to your question then, Saira? Pick anyone. Don't try to take a peek.
Okay, no.
Men think women have an easy life. But in the other hand, women think men have an easier life. What do you think about it?
Men and women are not here to compete with each other. Instead, men and women are here to love and complete each other. So we are not in a competition with anyone. We are here to compete with our own weakness and strength and improve our weakness and make a better world. Thank you.
Thank you, Saira. Thank you very much. Our next contestant then, contestant number 21, Ms. Shrishti Karki. Hi Shrishti, how are you?
Quite nervous.
You're nervous?
Yes.
Well, I suppose the Miss Nepal stage is like that. Every time I walk in, I'm nervous as well. And I'm fine doing the announcements backstage. But anyways, I'm sure you're prepared. Why don't you pick a question from the bowl? The question is, Nepal is also being affected on account of global warming and climate change. Suggest steps to tackle this problem. I'll repeat the question for you. Nepal is also being affected on account of global warming and climate change. Suggest steps to tackle this problem.
Thank you for your question. Good evening, everyone. Global warming is a worldwide issue
which only we, Nepal, are not facing, but it is facing around the world. Global warming is caused only by the human beings. So, being a human of the Mother Nature, Earth, what I believe is we should decrease the emission of greenhouse gases. I believe that the emissions of greenhouse gases are processed in millions of metrics by the biggest country like US and China. They should stop processing the emissions of greenhouse gases, and the carbon footprint, which pictures the biggest impact on global warming, should be stopped. And being a contestant of Miss Nepal 2018, I would like to take the initiate steps to stop the global warming, and I would like to aware all of you, please save our Mother Nature, Mother Planet, Earth, because we are the creatures of God and we should protect our planet. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Shrishti. Our next contestant then, contestant number 19, Ms. Ashma Dungana. Hi Ashma, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing fine.
Looking forward to your question then?
Yes, very
Why
much.
don't you pick one from the bowl? Your question is, the practice of chopari has now been banned by the law. Can you please suggest some steps to effectively implement this law? I'll repeat the question for you. The practice of chopari has been now banned by the law. Can you suggest some steps to effectively implement this law?
Thank you for the question. I can only imagine the plight of women who have to go through this system of chowpari, because when you're most weak, when you need love and support from your family, that is when you're isolated. So I think the most important step would be awareness. I like to go from village to village, wherever it is needed, just to eradicate the system, because this system has been crippling our government, our nation, and our cultures and traditions. This is the time we speak up, because this is the time when we fight for the equality of women and men and work collectively for the progressiveness of the society and women. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ashma. Our next contestant then, contestant number 14, Ms. Suveksha Shrestha. Hi Suveksha, how are you?
Hello, sir.
Nervous?
I'm great.
Nervous?
A bit nervous, but I'm more excited and happy to be here.
Do you think you're going to get an easy question, something that you've prepared for, or something out of the box?
Let's see.
Did you read your horoscope this morning?
No,
All
I
right.
don't believe in that.
It would have been a good trial for those horoscopes that come out on newspapers. But anyways, the question is, do you think the more money you spend, the better chances you have on winning this pageant?
Well, that's an interesting question. I believe that this pageant is really fair, and it is not only about how money you spend on preparing yourself, but as this pageant, Miss Nepal, is something that not only sees your outer beauty or the way you dress up or the way you make your hair, but it is more about how you are as a person and how you showcase your talents, skills to others. I believe that it is more about using your beauty and intelligence for a purpose to bring the change in the world. And that's why I think it is not about money, but it is about who you are as a person. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Suveksha. Our next contestant then, contestant number 25, Ms. Shrinkala Khatiwada. Hi Shrinkala, how are you?
I'm very well, Suraj.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to your question then?
Yes, very much.
Why don't you pick one from the bowl? Thank you very much. News about violence against women is in the news again and again. Women, especially in rural areas, are victims of rape, practice of witchcraft, and domestic violence. How can you address this problem effectively? I'll repeat the question for you. News about violence against women is in the news again and again. Women, especially in rural areas, are victims of rape, practices of witchcraft, and domestic violence. How can you address this problem effectively?
Good evening, everyone. I believe that practices such as witchcraft or dowry system are all the result of illiteracy. The problem of our country is not poverty, but it is illiteracy, and the more we educate and aware the entire citizen of our country about such ill practices, we can abolish these bad practices. The other thing that we can do is enforce the laws, because we already have very good law and constitution that support the women and women rights. What needs to be done is have strong enforcement and punish anyone who is going against the laws and hurting a woman in any ways, be it dowry, be it witchcraft, or any other such kind of ill practices. So yes, I believe that we need to have stronger enforcement of the laws, and we need to aware and literate our citizens. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Shrinkala. Our next contestant then, contestant number 8, Ms. Priya Sigdel. Hi Priya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. You're
Thank
the
you.
tallest competitor of this 2018 Miss Nepal pageant.
Yes.
How does the world look from up there?
Beautiful, I would say.
Are you looking forward to your question then?
Yes, sir.
They almost make me sound like a teacher asking them questions, but I suppose that's the part and parcel of the game. All right, here's your question. Our development planners often look over the potential of our differently abled persons. Suggest steps to integrate them in the nation's development process.
Thank you. Basically, first, any right is important, but it's a human right. And the uniquely able, they are not only differently able, but I believe they are uniquely abled. And I would also like to say a quote, यथा हेकेन चक्रेन रथस्य गति भवेत् यवं पुरस्कारेण बिना दैवेन सिद्ध्येति, which means as a chariot cannot move without one wheel. Likewise, without hard work, we cannot deserve, we could not deserve our destiny. That means, see, without this uniquely abled people, our country cannot be developed. So the government and each and every one should look up to them, because they are the one who define a country as beautiful and amazing place. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Priya. Our next contestant, contestant number 1, Mahima Singh. Hi, Mahima, how are you?
Hi, Suraj.
I'll tell this to the audience. She's probably the most chill contestant of top 25 because every time.
No, not at all.
I suppose that's a good thing. It's a compliment. I
Yes, it is, but
But you're nervous right now, is that it?
Yes, I am.
All right. Give me a question. So if the most chill contestant is nervous, you can imagine what's happening with the rest. Your question then. How can you make Kathmandu city senior citizens friendly? I repeat the question for you. How can you make Kathmandu city senior citizens friendly?
Thank you for the question. Good evening, all the ladies and gentlemen present here. I believe life is a cycle, and we should always, the cycle is always about giving and taking. So whatever we take from our senior citizens when we were younger, when they were taking care of us, we should always give back to them, and we should always go with the cycle, because all the citizens of the world are born with some debt or some responsibilities towards the country. So we should always give back to the society by doing whatever we are good in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mahima. Our next contestant then, contestant number 20, Miss Megha Shrestha. Hi Megha, how are you?
Hello, Suraj.
How do you say how are you in Japanese?
O genki desu ka?
Everybody back in Japan watching, you think?
I hope so.
Why don't you pick a question? All right, here's a question. there is a mixed reaction to the ongoing Bagmati cleaning campaign. What is your opinion about this campaign? I'll repeat the question for you. There's a mixed reaction to the ongoing Bagmati cleaning campaign. What is your opinion about this campaign? Are you going to answer in Nepali? Bagmati Safai Abhiyan को बारेमा व्यक्तिहरूको मिश्रित प्रतिक्रिया छ तपाईको धारणा यो क्याम्पेनको बारेमा के हो
बागमती हाम्रो देशमा पहिला पहिला एकदम राम्रो थियो भनेर मैले सुन्थे हाम्रो हिडन ट्रेजरको गोपाल सरले पनि बागमतीमा पहिला पहिला स्विम गर्नुहुन्थ्यो भनेर मैले सुनेथे अहिले हाम्रो बागमती त्यस्तो छैन तर मेरो विचारमा हामी सबैजना मिलेर बागमतीको लागि हामीले प्रोजेक्टहरु गर्नुपर्छ र हामी आफू गभर्नमेन्टले गर्ने भनेर हामीले भने हैन कि आफैबाट सुरुवात गरेर तपाई म सबैजना मिलेर हाम्रो बागमती सफा गर्नुपर्छ भनेर भन्न चाहन्छु धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद मेगा Our next contestant then, contestant number 2, Miss Ronali Amatya. Hi Ronali, how are you?
I'm all good, thank you.
को आउनु भएको छ परिवारबाट?
My family.
कहाँ हुनुहुन्छ? त्यो placards वालाहरु सबै तपाईको family members, is that it?
Yes.
All right. Why don't you pick a question? That's very nice of them. Your question then. Lately, there is much discussion about health insurance policy in the country. Suggest ways to effectively implement this program. I'll repeat the question for you. Lately, there is much discussion about health insurance policy in the country. Suggest ways to effectively implement this program.
Thank you. Well, the initiative of health insurance is actually very beneficial for every individual. With this, I believe people are motivated to visit the doctors more often. With this, they are motivated to do regular checkup because some or the other way, people hesitate to visit doctors because of the finances they have. So I believe providing these kind of facility actually motivates people, boosts them, and also helps them to lead a healthy life. As health is wealth, every individual should be healthy and they should contribute to their health to build a better nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ronali. Our next contestant then, standing tall, contestant number 12, Miss Jyotsna Chetri. That's the center stage, Jyotsna. Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Everybody
Feeling
back in Sydney
now.
watching, you think?
I hope so.
You hope
My
so?
friends over there, yes.
Right. They must have had their hearts in their mouth, very nervous once you walked off the stage, but everybody is relieved to see you back on and performing. So why don't you pick a question out and then read it to you?
There you go.
All right, Jyotsna, your question is, still a sizable population of our children are not going to school. What are your thoughts on child's right to education? I'll repeat the question for you. Still sizable population of our children are not going to school. What are your thoughts on child's right to education?
Thank you for the question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Education is that one weapon which no one can use against you. It is everyone's right to have access to proper education. And I accept that we do not have proper education for the children in our nation. There are many things we can do to send those children into schools. For example, let's start from ourselves. We can start setting up sponsors and also start setting up charity boxes in order to support their family and to send them to the schools. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jyotsna. Our final contestant in the top 15, the wildcard entrant, Miss Sandhya Adhikari, contestant number 5. She straight away wants to go to the question. I've heard enough of your interaction, Suraj, she says. All right, let's go for the question then.
Thank you.
Are you ready?
No.
You're not ready. You will take some time.
I'm
Somebody
ready.
wants to come and
I
perform.
thought-
Shrishti, probably you.
No.
Once he takes the time. All
I
right.
thought you said you read it, the question.
Your question is. That's a good way though. When I ask, are you ready? You can ask me back, are you ready? Right? Kathmandu is facing serious traffic congestion daily. If you are given the responsibility to suggest ways to improve this situation, what would they be? I'll repeat the question for you. Kathmandu is facing serious traffic congestions daily. If you're given the responsibility to suggest ways to improve the situation, what would they be?
Thank you for the question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know there is lots of traffic problem, not only in Kathmandu, but around our country. Maybe it is because that we tend to use private vehicles more than public vehicles. I think that we should use public vehicles often, so that it can carry lots of individuals in same time, rather than driving a private vehicle that helps only one individual to reach the destination. This will ultimately help us to control the carbon footprint as well and make our world and our nation a better place to live in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandhya. Ladies and gentlemen, one final time, the top 15 contestants of 2018 Miss Nepal. We've been talking about cleaning, and we've been talking about change beginning from ourselves. So I'm going to clear this up, and while I do that, why don't you guys take a small break?
Thanks to Ruslan for supporting Albatross and supporting Nepali music scene. We trust हाम्रो Ruslan.
ए सबैको पिज्जाको प्लान बनेको छ जाऊ लेट्स गो यस्तै यो फ्रिज देखिया छौ पर्ख अब तपाईले सबै ठाउँमा सलन लिएर जाने कुरा त हुँदैन यसैले क्यारी लिभोन सिरम हल्का भिजेको कपालमा लगाउनुस् कृषि कपाललाई बनाउनुस् सुपर मुलायम अनि अल्ट्रा ग्लोसी
There are acquaintances and there are people you can connect with deeply. There are moments of relaxation and there are moments of pure bliss. There are airlines that bring you to places, and there's an airline that makes you feel the warmth of its people. Fall in love with the best of the Philippines. With Philippine Airlines. The airline with more heart.
Thanks to Ruslan for supporting Albatross and supporting Nepali music scene. We trust Hamro Ruslan.
Hello, we're the band, The Act. We trust Hamro Ruslan.
Ladies and gentlemen, next performer is praised to carry one of the sweetest voices in the music industry. Able to perform songs in both English and Nepali, she is well acclaimed by the YouTube audience. Join me in extending a warm welcome to Miss Shuzina Shrestha.
Hello, namaste sabaiलाई. I'm Suzina Shrestha and I'm super glad to be here tonight. So keeping it very short, I would like to perform a song called Perfect by Ed Sheeran, which I'm sure you guys know the lyrics, right? So I hope you guys sing along with me, and this song is specially dedicated to all the beautiful and perfect contestants out there. So yeah, sing along with me. I found love for me, darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath. You heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight. I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. Shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Baby, I dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath. You heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight. Thank you so much.
It's music, only music, only music. Rosala FM 95.2.
Hello, we're the band, The Act. We trust Amber Ruslan.
Let me take you far away, further than I can see. Together, break away.
Experience the Thainess. Fly non-stop to the true heart of Asia. Thai, smooth as silk.
ए सबैको पिज्जाको प्लान बनेको छ जाऊ लेट्स गो यस्तै यो फ्रिज देखिया छौ पर्ख अब तपाईले सबै ठाउँमा सलन लिएर जाने कुरा त हुँदैन यसैले क्यारी लिभोन सिरम हल्का भिजेको कपालमा लगाउनुस् फ्रिजी कपाललाई बनाउनुस् सुपर मुलायम अनि अल्ट्रा ग्लोसी
बच्चैदेखि मेरो एउटा सपना थियो घरमा यादहरूको एउटा वाल होस् म को हुँ अनि म कहाँबाट आएँ कुन कुन बाटोबाट हिँडेँ वालहरू होइन यादहरू हुन् केही नयाँ नयाँ रङहरूमा मेरो नयाँ नयाँ शैली पनि होस् अनि होस् एउटा कुना यस्तो जुन सपनाको लागि खाली होस् प्रस्तुत छ बर्जर सिल्क ग्ल्यामर क्रिस्टल रिफ्लेक्टिभ टेक्नोलोजीको साथ वालहरू होइन यादहरू हुन्
We're the band, The Act. We trust Amber Ruslan.
Thanks to Ruslan for supporting Albatross and supporting Nepali music scene.
We trust Hamro Ruslan.
It's music, only music.
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience and our dear viewers watching us live through the Nepal Television Network and the Hidden Treasures official Facebook page. The 2018 Miss Nepal event would not have been possible without the hard work put in behind the scene by some amazing and extraordinarily talented individuals. It's only fair that we acknowledge them. At this point, I would like to invite on center stage the stylist for Miss Nepal 2018, Miss Rajshri Rana. MD of Ananike Beauty Salon are Surveen Rai and makeup artist Nesh Rai. Mr. Niroj Lama and Limbu. Mr. Niroj Lama and Jyoti Limbu from Jasmine Fitness Club and Spa, UWTC. Mr. Rajbhai Sual, official photographer for Miss Nepal since 1994. And now I'd like to invite on stage Miss Rachana Gurung Sharma, official choreographer for the Miss Nepal event since 1994, the heart and soul of Miss Nepal, the strength behind the confidence of the 25 participants. Big round of applause to these hardworking hands. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience and our dear viewers watching us live through Nepal Television, Nepal Plus and the official Facebook page of the Hit Treasure. Time has come for the final round, the decider of the 2018 Miss Nepal. This year at Miss Nepal, we shall accommodate 7 finalists who will have to each answer the question posed by the Chief Judge, Mr. Govinda Gajurel, the Member Secretary and CEO for National Trust for Nature Conservation. The participant will hear the question and answer it one by one. The rest of the participants will be putting on headphones and will not be able to listen to the question or to the answers of the other participants. But for that, first we will need the names of the top 7 finalists of 2018 Miss Nepal. Are you excited? I'm still waiting for the names, and this just goes on to show about how tough the calculations were. I'm sure it went right down to the wire. The judges had a difficult time. I was just watching them on the break and while we were doing our acknowledgements, and they were tense, discussing. Still waiting on the top 7 finalists then. And I have it inside of this envelope. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 7 finalists of 2018 Miss Nepal. The first finalist, contestant number 2, Ronali Amatya. Watch your step, watch your step. That was a quick change. Ladies and gentlemen, our second finalist, contestant number 10, Manita Devkota. I suppose the photographers can wait for the snap because there's an audience waiting her here for their presence. Thank you, Manita. Congratulations. Our next finalist then, contestant number 1, Mahima Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth finalist, contestant number 18, Saira Lama. Ladies and gentlemen, our fifth finalist, contestant number 25, Shrinkhala Khatiwada. The penultimate finalist then, ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 8, Priya Sigdale. Ladies and gentlemen, our final finalist for the night, completing our top 7, contestant number 19, Ashma Tungana. Have to be excused. I'll be right back. So Ashma doesn't need a headphone because she'll be the first to answer. How are you, Ronali? Monita? Can you listen to me? Hi, Mahima. Shrinkala, how are you? So you can listen to me, can you? Little bit, what is going on here? We'll have to do a complete test. Priya, can you hear me? I don't know if they're acting or they actually can't hear me, right? But I'm gonna make sure. Ashma, you can hear me fine, I suppose, right? So the one question that will be posed by the Chief Judge, Mr. Govinda Gujral, Member Secretary and CEO of National Trust for Nature Conservation. Sir, what is your question?
Hi, everybody fine? The question is, what 3 important tasks need to be performed to make prosperous Nepal and happy Nepali? I'll tell you in Nepali. Samriddha Nepal, सुखी नेपाली हुनको लागि 3 महत्त्वपूर्ण काम के गर्नु पर्ला? Do you want me to repeat?
That would be fine, sir. Thank you very much for the question. The question posed today holds many confusion among many people in Nepal. The prosperous Nepal is a dream of every citizen. And I think the number one thing we should do to develop a prosperous nation would be developing tourism. Nepal is one of the most beautiful countries in terms of diversity, in terms of hospitality, as well as in terms of its wonderful people and cultural heritages. So the number one thing would definitely be promoting and fostering tourism. The second most important thing would be retaining the youth of the country, because the brain drain in our country is evacuating youths, and it's creating a hole in Nepal for employment as well as economic development. The third most important thing would be eradicating pollution and eradicating social evils that has been hindering us to move forward towards a progressive community. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ashma. Was the answer clear enough, sir? Thank you very much, because we had some technical hindrances in between. Priya, it's your turn. Priya. Hi, Priya. All right, she can't hear me, right? Can she? Priya, you can take out your headphones. Thank you. Are you ready? That? Give me that. So, what's your answer? What's the answer? Oh, you haven't heard the question. All right. The question posed by the Chief Judge, and I'm asking on behalf of him, is what 3 important tasks need to be performed to make prosperous Nepal and happy Nepali? I'll read the question out in Nepali as well. Samriddha Nepal, सुखी नेपाली हुनको लागि 3 महत्त्वपूर्ण काम के गर्नु पर्ला?
Three important words. First, it would be developing and creating job opportunities. Second, it would be investment on entrepreneurship. And third, it would be always loving and caring the nature we have. And lastly, we Nepalis should define Nepal as not 3 crore population, but 3 crore minds with creativity and innovation, respect and love, and most importantly, humanity is Nepal. So I think Nepal is already there. And if these 3 important attributes also adds, then I think no one can beat Nepal anywhere in the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Priya. Oh, Shrinkala is not even going to wait, you know. She just wants that off her head. So you want the Miss Beautiful hair? Is that messing up your hair, you think? All right. Somehow I'm holding on to this. Why don't you take this with you as well, sir? Shrinkala Khatiwada, contestant number 25. What's the question and what's the answer? Tell me.
To hear the question first, Sudas.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Promise. All right. What 3 important tasks need to be performed to make prosperous Nepal and happy Nepali? I'll read the question out to you in Nepali as well. समृद्ध नेपाल, सुखी नेपाली हुनको लागि 3 महत्त्वपूर्ण काम के गर्नु पर्ला?
Thank you for the question. Good evening, everyone. I believe that there is a lot that needs to be done to make our country a developed one. However, if I have to think of or mention 3 major changes that can happen, the first I would say is we need to change the bureaucratic system of our country that is so corrupted from the grassroots level to the top. The second thing that I would like to change is I would like to empower the youth. Youth, having the majority of the population of our country, can bring big changes if we try to. If youth bring their hands together to make our country prosperous, if we lead our country with vision, if we become job creators, if we become visionaries, and if we create employment opportunities by ourselves, by trusting the government, that would be the second thing that I would do. The third thing would definitely be we all Nepalese need to trust in ourselves. It's like a ripple effect of positivity. If one person makes a big change, it's like a drop in the ocean that spreads out in the thousands of miles and brings the positivity in the nation. I believe that we all, when join hands together and believe that we can bring big changes. So yes, the first thing that I would do was change the corrupted bureaucratic system. The second would be empower the youth. And the third would be believe in ourselves, because yes, we can. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Shrinkala. Sarah, there's something in your heels. All right, she can't hear me. Girls are very passionate about their shoes, I'll tell you that. Sarah, you can take that off. Take that off. All right, yeah. Are you sure you couldn't hear a thing? Here's the mic. Contestant number 18, Saira Lama. And your question, Saira, posed by the Chief Judge, Mr. Govinda Gazurel, Member Secretary and CEO of National Trust for Nature Conservation is, what 3 important tasks need to be performed to make prosperous Nepal and happy Nepali? I'll read the question out to you in Nepali as well. समृद्ध नेपाल, सुखी नेपाली हुनको लागि 3 महत्त्वपूर्ण काम के गर्नु पर्ला?
I believe that it is important to realize that a better contribution can be made by a private citizen, and that is you. You have to be yourself, and you need to contribute to the development of the community. The second one is, as I always wanted to have my own business in agriculture sector, that already makes me The second one is that I always wanted to have my own business in agriculture sector, and that already makes me a productive youth. And I believe that we need to create an environment where young people seek employment opportunity for themselves. And the third one is,
You can take a few seconds, Sarah, please.
yes. Yes. The third one is the government. I think it is not only the responsibility of the citizen. I think the government support is also equally important for the development of the country. So we need government support in every sector. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, you can pass it on to her. I think we've already established that these ladies can't hear a thing. So take it off, Mahima. Take it off? Take it off? Yeah. Thank you. Give that to me. Don't worry about your hair. You look gorgeous. All right. The question posed by the Chief Judge, and I'm asking on behalf of him, is what are 3 important tasks need to be performed to make prosperous Nepal and happy Nepali? समृद्ध नेपाल, सुखी नेपाली हुनको लागि 3 महत्त्वपूर्ण काम के गर्नु पर्ला?
Thank you so much for the question. I believe in a philosophy of that everything happens for a reason, which is good. So we all should have that mentality, think positive, and believe in this philosophy, because everything that really happens for good. And even if today I don't win the crown, fingers crossed, I will take it for a good reason. I will have a smile on my face. And secondly, the problem that we're facing here, especially the people of Kathmandu, is the pollution that we're facing. We can always work on that by the formula of 3 R's: reduce, recycle, and reuse. And thirdly, the last problem that I would like to talk about is the youth who are going to foreign lands and settling down there and not coming back to the society, because the youth are the present and the future of our country, and we should always retain them back here and to make our country a better place to live in and help us in the development process. So yes, these are the 3 things that will help to make a Nepal prosperous Nepal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mahima. You can take that off, Manita. You're waiting for the moment. When is he going to ask me to take it off? We dropped something there. I suppose not. There you go, ma'am. What was the song that was playing in your head?
I think AC/DC.
AC/DC? Are you kidding me?
I'm not sure.
I want that headphone. All right, are you ready for your question?
Yes.
The question posed by the Chief Judge is, what 3 important tasks need to be performed to make prosperous Nepal and happy Nepali? I'll read the question out in Nepali as well. समृद्ध नेपाल, सुखी नेपाली हुनको लागि 3 महत्त्वपूर्ण काम के गर्नु पर्ला? Did you gather the question?
Yes,
After some AC/DC music, it might be a little tough, I suppose.
The 3 important tasks that we must focus on to make Nepal more progressive and prosperous, in my opinion, are using our natural resources, empowering our women and children, and finding a way to keep our youths in the country. By natural resources, I mean we have so much potential for hydroelectric power. We can create up to 45,000 megawatts of hydroelectric power that can light up a country the size of England. So we need to stop relying on foreign countries like China and India to help us build these dams. We can do them ourselves, so we can utilize the electricity that comes from these plants and use them to increase our production level and to increase our general work production with the natural resources that come from our country. Another way we can make our country more progressive, I feel, is by empowering women and children, especially in the remote areas of Nepal. In the remote areas of Nepal, we can train our women we can train them on income-generating skills. We can educate them, and we can make sure that all our children in the remote areas have an access to quality education, not just education. Another way that I want to encourage our government to help prosper this nation is by keeping our youth or bringing back our youth from abroad. Our youth go abroad for employment opportunities and pursue higher education. I want to make sure that our government is providing these youths with employment opportunities here that they can be utilized. After they go abroad, they can come back here to use those skills that they've learned, use the knowledge that they have learned outside in the Western countries, and come back to Nepal and to help rebuild Nepal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Contestant number 10, Monita Devkota. Ronali, you can take that off. Take that off. Don't tell me AC/DC was playing on your head as well. I'd be surprised if the Miss Nepal contestants had ever heard of AC/DC, to be honest with you. You have, Monita. I always forget to give you the microphone. Gives you a moment, though, to get out of that zone. Are you ready for the question?
Yes.
The question posed by the Chief Judge is, what 3 important tasks need to be performed to make prosperous Nepal and happy Nepali? I'll read the question out to you in Nepali as well. समृद्ध नेपाल, सुखी नेपाली हुनको लागि 3 महत्त्वपूर्ण काम के गर्नु पर्ला?
Thank you. I believe every individual is responsible for prosperous and happy Nepal. Well, talking about 3 things that makes us happy Nepalis, one would be providing employment opportunities for every individual residing in our country. With this, I believe we can retain the youth who is in our country and also call back all the youth who is residing outside the country. We can empower women. We can give the rights to empower women with whom we can develop our nation. We can also support the beauty pageant like Miss Nepal, like you all are doing. Coming here and supporting also empowers us, makes us happy, and all-in-one makes every individual happy. Me representing Nepal in international platform and backing Miss Congeniality title helped me showcase the world that Nepal is friendliest nation. Nepalese are with the pure heart and who is humanity, who is filled with humanity. So I believe if we support each other and if we ask ourselves what we can do for our country, then we can definitely be a happy Nepalese people. We can be the change. Let's be the change that we want to see in the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sonali. I can tell you it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, me myself, I believe I was one of the critics back home watching it on TV, but here on this stage, when the moment matters, I suppose it's a very difficult job, and I would like to congratulate all the top 7 finalists. Thank you, dear Chief Judge, respected sir, for your question. Ladies and gentlemen, one final time, the top 7 contestants of 2018 Miss Nepal.
trust हाम्रो Ruslan.
Don't worry, Planet is in the city with end-to-end fiber connectivity. Direct अब तपाईकै घरमा Vianetको 100% end-to-end fiber connectivity. Vianet values you.
ए सबैको पिज्जाको प्लान बनेको छ जाऊ लेट्स गो यस्तै यो फ्रिज देख्या छौ पर्ख अब तपाईले सबै ठाउँमा सलन लिएर जाने कुरा त हुँदैन यसैले क्यारी लिभन सिरम हल्का भिजेको कपालमा लगाउनुस् कृषि कपाललाई बनाउन सुपर मुलायम अनि अल्ट्रा ग्लोसी
नेपाल वायु सेवा निगम विगत 60 वर्षदेखि सुरक्षित र विश्वसनीय सेवा हाम्रा यात्रु महानुभावहरुमा सहज रूपमा टिकट उपलब्ध गराउँछौं गुणस्तरीय रूपमा ग्राउन्ड ह्यान्डलिङ सेवा प्रदान गर्छौं सुरक्षित उडान र उत्कृष्ट आतिथ्य सहित गन्तव्यमा पुर्याउँछौं नियमितता विश्वसनीयता र सुरक्षितता हाम्रो प्रतिबद्धता राष्ट्रिय एवं अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय उडान नेपाल वायु सेवा निगम सेवामा समर्पित छ
Pursuit of ordinary pleasures, chasing money, power, fame, or are they driven by something that'll take them to the next level, to a destination that paves the way for infinite possibilities? If this is your journey, we invite you for a drive. The Next Gen Verna, intelligent by design.
Fascino, fashion follows you.
Yes.